In the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and the most merciful biggest. Assalamu alaikum. I am Muqaddas Khalid. I am a student of UMT. I am from batch 3. Today my presentation topic is recent research trends in biomaterials. First of all, we will discuss what is biomaterials. Introduction: how AMNS, advanced materials and nanoscience, is being applied to the medical world. Definition: biomaterial is used to make devices to replace a part or a function of the physiologically acceptable, economic and other materials of synthetic as well as of natural origin in contact with tissue, blood and biological fluids, and intended for use for prosthetic, diagnostic, therapeutic and storage applications without adversely affecting the living organisms and its component. Now, history. More than 2000 years ago, Romans and Chinese used gold in dentistry. In 1937, polymethyl methacrylate (PMMA) introduced in dentistry. 9 Rob suggests Dacron fabrics can be used to fabricate atrial prosthetic. 1960, Charnley uses PMMA, ultra high molecular weight polyethylene and stainless steel for total hip replacement. Late 1960, early 1970s, biomaterial field solidified. The next point is, in 1975, Society for Biomaterials formed. What is the uses of biomaterials? And you can see biomaterials are used in different variety of fields. Uses of biomaterials: polymers, in metals, in ceramics and in composite materials. What is the discovery of biomaterials? Initiate rejections were regarded as the first to use biomedical materials, employing account shells to repair injured skulls. These scientists also use wood and ivory as false teeth, and these dated as far back as 3000 BC. As early as the 1st century AD, in both Greece and India, physicians were using natural biomaterials while performing plastic surgery to repair mutilations from battle and punishment. What is natural biomaterials? If we talk about natural biomaterials, two categories: protein biomaterials and polysaccharide biomaterials. If we talk about what is protein biomaterials and what it includes collagen, fibrin, gelatin, albumin and silk fibron. If we talk about polysaccharides biomaterials, then it includes alginate, cytosine, heparin, cellulose and dextrin. If we talk about in detail what is alginate, alginate is extracted from brown seaweed. It is polysaccharide. The next point is alginate from a hydrogel that is cross-linked ionically with cations. Alginate is often used in wound healing, drug delivery and cell transplantation. If we talk about martigel in detail, then this martigel was patented in 1989 and is now known as a basement membrane matrix. The martigel product contains numerous growth factors from the tumor. Martigel is widely used as a growth matrix from stem cells because of its high number and variety of growth factors. If we talk about fibrin, fibrin is a biomaterial derived from the body's natural response to injury. Fibrinogen, its precursor, is created in the liver and circulates within mammalian blood. Fabric used as biomaterial is extremely versatile. Its main benefits are that it is very biocompatible and able to direct tissue regeneration and polymerizes very quickly. Collagen. Collagen is used for both wound healing and tissue engineering. Is widely used in tissue engineering as it is extremely biocompatible, biodegradable, non-toxic, cell interactive and has high tensile strength. Collagen can be extracted from animal tissue, but most commonly is taken from bovine skin and tendons, porcine skin, intestine and rat tail. Collagen structure you can clearly see in the figure. Amino acids converted into collagen molecule, and then collagen molecule is converted into collagen fiber. Myocardial tissue engineering. It is very important area of research. Latest methods are seeking ways to repair the heart before and after a myocardial infection occurs. Natural biomaterials have proven to be a promising tool for further advancement. Cardiac repair falls into two main categories, which is creating a cardiac patches in vitro for the damaged area or to use an injectable hydrogel. Synthetic biomaterials. What is synthetic biomaterials? If we talk about its classification, it classifies into four groups: polymers, metals, semiconductor materials, and ceramics. Synthetic biomaterials are classified as metals, ceramic, polymers, and semiconductor materials. What is metallic biomaterials? Metallic biomaterials you can see in the figure. Metallic biomaterials are employed in various forms to substitute damaged structural components. They are also used in dental applications, orthopedic, cardiovascular, spinal, and other applications. Metallic biomaterials have been and will continue to be an essential part of medical devices for the foreseeable future. To improve the biological properties to meet the clinical requirements, chemical surface modification is often performed on biomaterials. If we talk about what is metallic alloy biomaterials, the principal alloys used in medical devices consist of 316 liter stainless steel cobalt, chromium, molybdenum alloys, titanium alloys. More recently, alloys made from tantalum, zirconium, and other are being incorporated in medical devices. Alloys made from magnesium, iron, zinc, and others are under consideration for use as degradable metallic medical devices. What is ceramics as a biomaterial? As some of the main components of human bone tissue, ceramic waste materials such as calcium phosphate, tricalcium phosphate, tetracalcium phosphate, alumina, silica, zirconia have been studied for medical applications such as implant devices. Calcium phosphate based materials have been extensively studied for a broad range of orthopedic and dental applications. These biomaterials can be used for various biomedical applications in the form of nanoparticles, cement, and coating. If we talk about polymers as a biomaterial, then a wide range of polymers have been extensively investigated for bone tissue engineering applications. Biodegradable polymeric materials can be categorized into natural and synthetic polymer. Contact lenses, biodegradable stent, heart implant, and shape memory biodegradable. Types of polymers as a biomaterial. If we talk about what is polymers when they behave like a biomaterial, then two categories: naturally derived and synthetic derived. Naturally derived polymers such as collagen and gelatin have shown problems such as instability, incompatibility, characteristic immunogenicity, and poor biodegradability. If we talk about synthetic polymers, among synthetic polymers, polyesters have attracted more attention than other type of polymer. This group can be categorized into three important classes, and these three classes are aliphatic, PGA, PLA, PCl, PHA, PHB, PEA, PBS, and PHBV. The second class is semi-aromatic, and these were PET, PBT, PTT, and PEN. The third and last classification class is aromatic, and this is Vectran. What is the disadvantages of synthetic biomaterials? If we use synthetic biomaterials, then we have to face many disadvantages that are described below. Structure and composition, biocompatibility, tissue remodeling, slow degradation rate, high cost, and toxicity. Biopolymers. Biopolymers are natural polymers produced by the cells of living organisms. Some examples of biomaterials include natural rubber, suberin, cutin, lignin, and melamine. Common biopolymers: collagen, silk fibron, gelatin, and cellulose. And generally you can see biomedical polymers in detail, that is shown in the figure in this slide. Applications of biomaterials in current medical field: medical implants and drug delivery system. They are including heart valves, stents and graft, artificial joints, ligaments and tendons, hearing loss implants, dental implants, and devices that stimulate nerves. It carried drugs to our disease target. Example include kidney dialysis, neurological disorder, cardiovascular disease, and diabetes treatment. Regenerated human tissues. They using a combination of biomaterials, spots or scaffold cells, and bioactive molecules. Example include a bone regenerating hydrogen and a lab grown human bladder. Scaffold and hydrogel. Scaffold, structures of artificial or natural materials on which tissue is grown to a biological process outside the body or to replace a disease or damaged tissue inside the body. Hydrogel, a biomaterial made up of network of polymer chains that are highly absorbent and as flexible as natural tissue. You can clearly see in a human body labeled diagram: ocular sac, nasal cavity, air cavity, oral cavity, the lungs, stomach, vagina, rectum, and etc. Advanced technologies for biomaterials. There are 5 advanced technologies. First, biomaterials designed for functions. Second, a new family of fibrous protein system. Third, a patch for use as a lung sealant. Fourth, smart wound dressing for treating ulcers. And 5, dissolvable dressing for the treatment of burns. All categories explained with diagram you can clearly see and understand. Artificial tissue synthesis. Skin scaffolds, in other words, artificial skin for burnt patient and acid attack victims. And you have to, if you want to clear your concept, you can see in the figure. Polymer actually can help in giving them a new life. Hip replacement. Some people replacements, ambulatory function restored within days after surgery. Other required an extensive healing period for attachment between bone and the implant. In the most cases, good function restored. Artificial tissues are biodegradable. They are polymer result of condensation of lactic acid and glycolic acid. Heart valves, they are also biodegradable and polymeric result of condensation of lactic acid and glycolic acid. This is heart valves. Next, characteristic of biomaterials. There are 2 types of characteristics. First, chemical characteristics, and second, physical characteristics. Must not react with any tissue in the body, must be non-toxic to the body. And physical characteristics include strong as steel, flexible as rope, hard materials, flexible materials. Important factor: biofunctionality and biocompatibility. New advancements in biomaterials. Biomaterials for medical use have been developed in the field of medicine, biochemistry, material science, pharmaceutical. Conventional materials such as metal, ceramics, and synthetic polymers are usually bioinert and support the structural defects. Tissue restoration, tissue regeneration, and regenerative medicine. The extension of knowledge about cell biology and embryology has naturally moved the focus from tissue restoration to tissue regeneration. This ocular tissue engineering, cardiovascular tissue engineering, wound healing, bone tissue engineering, cartilage repair, new tissue re-engineering. Next, biomaterials for implantable middle ear hearing devices. Various alloplastic and homograft biomaterials have been used to restore hearing with ossicular replacement prostheses, implants, and more recently implantable middle ear devices. Recent advances in biomaterials for 3D scaffolds, single composite type and cell-laden scaffolds, 3D constructs dedicated for hard and soft tissue applications, scaffold for delivering growth factors, cytokines, bioactive genes, drugs. vitro and vivo effects triggered by the functionalized biomaterials. And the last point is future development of bioactive scaffolds. This diagram explains the clear vision of above slide. Bone defect removed, and this is malignant bone. FEMBG scaffold implantation, hyperthemia and local drug delivery therapy, and scaffold resorption bone healing. Host response of biomaterials. The host response is mostly inflammation. The extent of the inflammatory response depends upon the location, implantation, procedure, and compatibility of biomaterials. Biomaterials is science. Contact lenses. Rigid lenses originally made from glass. To satisfy the requirements for ocular biocompatibility, contact lenses must be transparent and optically stable. If they are not stable, they may not be working as normal. Artificial joints. If we talk about artificial joints, you can very know that nowadays we are use artificial joints in order to perform our daily routine works properly. Artificial joints need to be strictly tested before implantation, have highest rate, good in resistance, excellent wear resistance, and outstanding biocompatibility. Dental implants. In dental implants, all aspects of basic manufacturing, finishing, packaging, and delivery, sterilizing, and placing surgical must be adequately controlled to ensure clean and non-toxic conditions. Pacemakers. Cardiac pacemakers are smart electronic devices implanted to fix the cardiac arrhythmias. They include a lithium battery generator and leads connecting the generator to the heart. Pacemaker improve the pumping function of the weak heart muscles. They are classified as temporary or permanent according to the duration of usage. The generator of the temporary pacemaker is placed outside the patient's body, while the permanent pacemaker is implanted in the chest after patient for long-term use. This arterial lead, left ventricle lead, and right ventricle lead. What is the main purpose of biomaterials? Integral role in medicine, restoring function, facilitating healing of injury or disease, spout in body for replace damaged tissue or a biological function, tissue engineering, and regenerative medicine. What is the advantages and disadvantages of biomaterials? The first is in metals. The main advantage of metals are that they are strong and are resistant to fatigue degradation. They have shape, memory, and can be sterilized easily before use. The main disadvantage is that metal can corrode due to chemical reaction with the body and in cyanide acids. Ceramics. The main advantage is that they are strong and chemically inert. They have high compressive strength, which is necessary for bone implants. The main disadvantage is that sometimes implants can loosen over time and become dislodged. Third, polymer. Polymers are widely used as they can be manufactured to adapt to their use. They are easy to manufacture and modify. They are biodegradable, which is both an advantage and disadvantage. Due to intensive interaction with the body, they can leading to wear and tear. If we talk about composites, because composites are made up from two or more materials, in the final product combines the properties of all the materials used. The main advantage of composite is that they are strong while being lightweight. The high cost involved in the manufacture of composite is disadvantage. One more disadvantage is that the shape cannot be changed easily. Advantages of natural biomaterials. Naturally derived biomaterials are usually applied to replace or restore structure and function of damaged tissue, mainly support cell adhesion, cell migration, cell proliferation, and differentiation. If we conclude our whole topic, then we summarize that biomaterials is essentially a material that is used and adopted for a medical application. Biomaterials can have a medical application such as being used for heart valve, or maybe bioactive used for more interactive purpose such as hydroxyl apatite, coated hip plants, and such implants are lasting upwards for 20 years. Thank you.